What's up, everybody? You know who this is? This is Mike. Mike Hart. Does my name sound halting, abrupt? Mike Hart. My cart. Sounds like my cart, like my shopping cart. I don't know. I don't know why I want to go by Mike. Michael Hart rolls off the tongue better. But Michael is like old man or little boy, right? So it has to be Mike. Mike. Don't ever call me Mikey, by the way. Don't ever do it. It's a bad idea. So, how you guys doing? I have some advice for you guys. No, I'm not a doctor. I have to give that disclaimer that I'm not a doctor because I'm about to say things. You have to give disclaimers nowadays when you say things. So, when you state facts. So if you're suffering from depression, ADHD, etc., I don't think the first thing you should try is medication. Medication is fake. Okay? The chemicals in your brain responsible for motivation, sense of well-being, etc., dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine, acetylcholine, the list goes on. Those are the main ones. Your brain is very complicated, and it knows when. It knows when to release those. Some people think, oh, well, I've abused my brain for so long because I was maybe I don't know, maybe I was an addict or something for years, and I can't get the right kind of dopamine anymore. My brain doesn't produce it. Bullshit. It's bullshit. It's a myth. Or I have a chemical imbalance. You might actually, but it doesn't mean you need medication. Sometimes it just means you need to change your diet. Most of that your dopamine, serotonin, comes from the food you eat. Anyway, though, so yeah, diet's a big one. But not only that, more importantly, your brain knows when to release dopamine. The dopamine hits. And one of the main things you get it from is accomplishing things. That's why they say make your bed first thing in the morning. You get that instant dopamine hit first thing, and then you have motivation. You have the motivation to keep going. Keep booming. Okay? So, to keep booming. I don't even know if that is a coherent sentence, but I think you know what I mean. So, yeah. And then, another thing. Get off your phone. Seriously, millennials. Myself included. Millennials, Zs, whatever other kind of generation there is nowadays. Generation Z and so forth. Get off your phone. Go outside. Your brain releases dopamine and serotonin and norepinephrine, etc., from being out in nature, from looking around. We're hardwired. We're hardwired to hunt and to look for things and to, walk around and smell the oxygen in the air. We're not wired to be stuck inside sitting at a computer or at our phone. That's why I believe, I'm not saying I'm perfect either. I'm not saying I'm perfect at this. I'm just saying it's true. I'm just saying it's true. And that I could work on it too. So I'm not trying to be preachy. I'm just saying we could all get better at this. It's my belief, and it's always been my belief, that the farther away you get from nature, the less healthy something is for you. Now, that may not be true in every case, but I think synthetic is never as good as natural. At least in the long run. Like, let's say the doctor gives you Adderall. That's basically for dopamine. That's basically for people who have ADHD, have a deficit of dopamine. But in a lot of cases, they just need to eat better. And, anyway. There's also situations, too, where people have ADHD, and it's just something about it. It's just the way they are. Like a lot of ESTPs, I've noticed, will get diagnosed with ADHD, and they get put on medication, and they're like a zombie after that. They're not themselves anymore. What if this thing that's been diagnosed as a disorder, as a problem, as you're a problem, what if it's actually a strength that happens to have some weaknesses but many strengths? A lot of people who have ADHD are really good at certain things. So it's like the deficit on one side of the brain goes into, it like concentrates. I don't know, makes other parts of the brain more concentrated. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I tried to tell you guys I'm not a doctor, as you can see from my explanations, but still true. So anyway, go outside, get off your phone. More nature. That's the point. I don't know if this made sense, but I'm not saying no one needs medication. I know that some people, it really does help them. But I don't know. I've seen medication ruin too many people's lives. I think synthetic drugs really are the devil. To be honest with you, I think there's crazy crises going on in our world right now. The opiate crises, or whatever it's called, and Adderall and all kinds of other controlled substances that people are ODing on, having severe withdrawal symptoms when they try to stop, and they can't live normal lives. It's an epidemic. It's an epidemic, guys. I think it should be a last resort. I think natural methods should be your first try. And I think a lot of the time people just don't want to do the work. People don't want to put in the work of, oh, well, my therapist said I could do cognitive behavioral therapy, which they say actually is more effective than medication. But that's work, though. I don't want to do work. So I'm just going to do the drugs. Anyway, so take whatever you want from this. I'm sure some people will disagree with me. There's always, it's funny, it's interesting. I've learned this after 33 years on this earth. It doesn't matter what subject you're talking about, there will always be someone who disagrees. Doesn't matter how right you are. Doesn't matter what it is. There's always going to be someone out there, oh, actually, I think it's good. I think Oreo cookies are good for you. They're healthy. And here's my argument. Or here's my argument that McDonald's is not bad for you. Where's your proof? Where's your proof that McDonald's isn't bad? Go shut up. You guys are crazy. There are so many nutcases out there. Anyway, so I'm not saying you're a nutcase if you disagree with me on this. I realize this is a hotly debated topic. I wasn't saying this. Anyway. So yeah, guys. Hope you hope I encouraged some people. Made some sense. The cat's freaking out. She's crazy. She looks like a snake sometimes, like hissing at me. She's crazy. Anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. See you later.